Hi. On the dawn of my death, it brings me great sadness to have to open up about my situation. For the past 10 years, I have been stalked and tortured through a process of social cyber sabotage. This now has led to such a horrible experience in my life, I consider it cyber-social homicide. It's pretty much the process of attacking someone continuously over and over again to an extent you are leading to force them to end their existence. I have unfortunately ran into entities that have no respect for my life or anything in it. Unfortunately, this has come to a point that I want to open up on this final realm so that others may save themselves or learn something from my life. I went to Los Angeles as a beautiful, intelligent, professional woman, and unfortunately have ran into the most ugliest monsters I have ever seen that could jump off perhaps a movie screen. I went there looking, like many do, for opportunities to advance my career and to find some kind of joy in sharing my talents, my intelligence, and all that I have with the world. That journey led me to a professional environment that wound up to not be professional at all. I unfortunately have had to experience a corrupt corporation that dug all into my life and has destroyed every single element of it, completely destroying my personal, my privacy, and my rights. Along with that, a social scene that has no respect for talent, no compensation for talent, and no compassion for it. Completely a fraud. The entities that I'm talking about, maybe you have something that's happened in your life that is along these lines, but the entities that I would consider to have contributed to my moment is a boss named Barry Gates, which I had met at Life Alert, and a horrible promoter of salsa dancing called Albert Torres, which I crossed paths with in that environment at different nightclubs. Like anyone, you meet people, you try and find some kind of way that you can share what you do, but some people feel they need to own and control others in a way that is inhumane. For many years I have ran as they chased me. I ran from Los Angeles, fearing for my life due to the fact they have a very sophisticated style of being able to consistently attack someone in a way that in our current law goes unaddressed, unreprimanded, and it has absolutely no help. Using multiple people to attack, harass, steal, lie, cheat, manipulate, extort, frame, oh my goodness, frame me to the point who would recognize who I was per the fake websites, the phony video, the manipulated audio, and oh my goodness, every rumor and lie that anyone can come up with under the sun. I have always been doing the same thing I always have, waking up, trying to work a little bit to enjoy my life and my talent and meet healthy, happy people to connect with. Unfortunately, the attacks of constant manipulation, extortion, corruption, assistance from governmental agencies such as the CIA has led to nothing but a complete fabrication and destruction of my image, my career, my talent, my life, and everything in it. It's unfortunate that you could be such a great person with so much to offer and run into some of the most ugliest people who relentlessly will never give up. Like any unfortunate horror story or stalking situation, it usually ends in a horrible death, murder, with blood or something. If you cannot stop someone from trying to attack you, and they constantly deny it, and there's no way to necessarily concretely prove it in our current system, then unfortunately it ends in a horrible, violent way. We are near at that point. They have stolen, manipulated, lied, and cheated their way through my home, apartment, the home that I was building on a hill, the convertible vehicle that I owned, every job that I have tried to attempt to maintain, all of my accounts for my own entrepreneurial spirit from my own company, as well as all of my property. And now they are wanting the rest of my most intimate home values that belong to my family. I urge all of you to stay away from salsa dancing. Stay away from emergency response companies. And God, if you can, stay away from any government or organization that may work in surveillance ideas. Doesn't matter if it's the NSA or an EMT. Unfortunately, they have lots of information on us, and not everyone is using it in a positive light. They're using it to unfortunately find women and money and opportunities that are clearly not theirs, and use it to gain access and control of people in a way that most normal people cannot abide by, let alone live under. There's no way to make these kinds of men happy. They change their minds on what they want every day. Trying to scream and yell at them, to fight them off in society or public or even legally, is so expensive and so empty in return of actually having something done. It's worthless. I was attempting to start something called TIV TV to actually address some of the things that I have endured and come across in this experience while under attack by these two entities along with others. TIV TV is a wonderful idea, and it's designed not only just for victims who are held hostage through cybercrime, but also to educate those who have no idea how this works or that it even exists. I am a TI. A targeted individual is what I am. You're completely normal and you're completely sane, but the events of constant parading around you by strangers that are assigned through a cell phone program by powerful men, you will look like you're not coherent, you're not real, and everything that you try to attempt to put together will definitely be destroyed. 100%. At this point, my helplessness has brought me to there's only one way to obtain freedom, and that is to free myself completely. This world has so many problems. It's unfortunate that we are taking gorgeous people and using them in such a negative way that we no longer can depend on them to do great things. I have been a hostage, literally a cyber hostage, through my cell phone, through GPS, through accessing my life continuously. If I go to try and get a job interview, the fact that they can follow you on your cell phone or by satellite, they can immediately contact the employer that is considering you and tell them kinds of lies and manipulated video that they've collected over the many years of stalking and torturing you. As a hostage, I have used every outlet that I could find to free myself of these horrible men. Albert Torres, mainly. Albert Torres. This is not a secret. There are so many of you out there that has been attacked, tortured, and really murdered, unfortunately, in a systematic, keyword, systematic way that has gone uncovered by the justice system. I do not believe in any system of law at all because it has failed me completely, 100%. There has been no successful response in restoring my life and my happiness, and more importantly, my privacy. We all know that our privacy is no longer there through just social media, Facebook, YouTube, all kinds of things like that. However, to have someone endlessly use those forums to support fictitious lies, to constantly destroy you, is absolutely unacceptable in human rights. I am so sorry I danced salsa to the point I was trying to get salsa sanctions together. It's not so much as the dance as much as the leader. I am so sorry that I went to Life Alert to look for a job to make money and run into a white supremacist boss that believes that I should not have the freedom to enjoy meeting and growing with people that are of like minds. If I want to leave a man, a woman, company, social scene, city, I should have the right to, and not have to concern myself with them following me, stalking me, torturing me, manipulating, lying on me, framing me. Geez, there's just so much that has happened. It's endless. There's footage and evidence that I have, but what is the point if it falls on deaf ears? What is the point if it falls on blind eyes? What is the point if society, the public themselves, are used to attack consistently and to not be able to speak out? It has reached that point that I no longer desire to continue to live under such an atrocious, derogatory system. It's horrible. Stay away from LA. So many people are lured there by the lights and the possibility of fame and fortune. I will not step inside the county due to the lack of protection against the Los Angeles gangs and their white supremacist cults and their organized crime with governmental supported activity. I have ran down here south of the Los Angeles border to try and find some refuge in a place that I thought was healthy for an artist and a professional woman to rebuild and to recollect and grow. It has ended completely with an absolutely no return. Just none. Endlessly, there are people that have been kind, trying to support my new existence. However, after 5 years of running from Albert Torres and his lies, Barry Gates and his attackers and their entire cult and team of hackers, I give up. Perhaps you guys can take this video and look at what you have here and learn from it. If not, just stay away from them. Your life, your family, your reputation, your job, your home, everything will be erased and refilled and refiltered with cyber sabotage campaigns that will completely destroy your existence. Stay away from LA. Now we know that there are other cities and other places that are doing the same thing. To my knowledge, there are 400,000 TIs, targeted individuals, just in America alone. They're not on drugs, no different than I. They're not psychologically incoherent, no different than I. They are just simply targeted for one reason or another from a person, organization, company, or group of people to see as a joke, a toy, a daily facet to torture, torment, and laugh at. Sad but true. We're sending soldiers all over the world to fight for freedom, and we're sitting here killing ourselves for fun. Makes the Hunger Games look like baby's child play. This is such a sad moment with so much that I have to offer. I have a pet. They have ran up on me and stolen everything that I own, and we're now at our last means. I will not continue to go tortured. I will not live without my things and my human rights. It is a choice that I have been forced to against my will. It's pretty much like social assisted suicide, if you want to think of it that nature. Because I love myself. I'm fabulous. I'm a very intelligent woman. I'm smart. I have all these things to offer. But if someone walks up and scrapes your car, and you go crazy, what are you doing, David? And then suddenly they're filming that. And then they put that up online and say you're nuts. And they do this thing over and over and over and over and over again. Eventually there's going to be an entire file that will defy your entire existence. It's sad but true, but this is what's happening. I am not the kind of person that I can continue to take attacks and not fight back, not stand up for myself. No different than an American, no different than any person probably on this globe. That's why we have so many wars retaliating against dictatorship, one-rule governments, gigantic, manipulative, ugly, demonic men who run around and destroy others just for fun and their own selfish needs. Unfortunately, I am one of those victims. And the public has tried to assist being positive. But unfortunately, against your will, if instructed by your own government to attack me, to set me up, to tell lies on me, you have to look out for yourself. You have to look out for your own safety. It doesn't matter if you're a police officer. It doesn't matter if you're a firefighter. It doesn't matter if you're at a grocery store. It doesn't matter if you're at a gas station. It doesn't matter if you're at a church. We now are subjected to such derogatory manipulation of truth that we no longer are attached in a humanitarian way the way we used to. I've had to endure too much corruption in my life, too much lying, too much voting on my life. I'm a grown woman who can make choices for myself based on my background, my belief system, my status financially, economically, socially. Whatever I believe in is supposed to be mine, where I can decide freely what I think is healthy for me. I have not been able to make the decisions in my life for nearly a decade due to men listening on my cell phone and following me around continuously through a satellite, manipulating all my opportunities, job opportunities, friendship. Even the family is not allowed to address and open up on the honest situation that I'm dealing with. I can no longer live under this madness of chaos. It's chaos. It frames you to look psychotic. It frames you to look without places to stay. It frames you to look incoherent. It frames you to look like any and everything that you are. As I stand here and I tell you about this experience, only can you go through it to understand what I'm dealing with. I have left Los Angeles, and Los Angeles will not leave me because of those sick men who consistently torture, torment, and stalk me. Barry Gates, Albert Torres, oh my goodness, Albert Torres, will somebody please come forward about this horrible man? If you say something about him walking down the street or talking to someone else, he flares up on a satellite and sends an emergency response passing by. If you say something or do something he does not like, they're going to attack. Our government, unfortunately, does not appreciate the honest, wonderful people, citizens that it has. And it is destroying the very fabric of the people that it should be celebrating. no longer can live or exist in a country is not about not knowing that our freedom is not 100%. We have rules for everything. We have rules for traffic. We have rules if you have a job. We have rules with family just to keep things running in a household. We have rules for bills and things that we do. We're all used to some level of cooperation to make life function. However, having rules is one thing. Having someone wake up and lie down with you in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, and demand, literally demand 100% control of your thoughts and your desires and your actions is 100% absurd. A 15-year-old girl can go out on a date at a movie theater without her dad. She could take the battery out of her cell phone and enjoy hanging out, or 16 at the movie theater and he come pick her up, and not know the details that I am enduring as old as I am with these men trying to tell me what to do and blink, speak, and do right. I am saying goodbye to you guys because of these men. These men are 100% with this government responsible for my murder. They will not leave me alone. I have ran, I have sought out help, I have done everything that I can to work and replace what they have stolen from me, which is my privacy, my freedom, and my mind, and my right to even be human. I can no longer run around and pretend and cover up this atrocious, dehumanizing, humiliating existence. They have manipulated me not being able to work completely. If I call up a job, then they will send lies and text messages to manipulate that. The public has unfortunately been misled, so the public will gang up together to attack someone under the request of these governmental entities and men of power that are derogatory and horrible. Unfortunately, my talent, my beauty, my intelligence is what made me a target. Wanting to use that beauty and talent had became pretty much a gigantic beating war. Usually if you're a talent or you're a beautiful person that has a lot to offer, a lot of times you'll find yourself where people desire, several entities, several groups desire your company or your services. But instead of having a bidding war for paying me, offering me beautiful things to have, I had a beating war. Every entity, whether it be the white supremacist group who hack in the cults, who say that I don't deserve to have right because of my minorityship to run my own life, whether it be the gangs of Los Angeles under the control of Los Angeles, of Albert Torres and his dancing to recruit people through that dance with uneducated men for educated women, whether it be the porn industry that poured in with grotesque hacking on my computer. I don't know, that was just so nasty. We all got our moments, but jeez, come on, cut it out. I'm a dignified woman. Everything has a place, okay? You're just gross, okay? Too much going on there. Whether it be the Hollywood men that say that they mean well, but your brutality in approach is not something humane enough that I can endure as an artist. Or whether it be our government that runs all of you and tells all of us what to say, or whether all of you are overthrowing the government. At this point, does it really matter who is responsible? The bottom line is having freedom and right to at least your own mind and your own body should not be considered a crime. Over the last 7 years to 10 years, even this last year of 2013, the cops have been called on me almost 200 to 300 times in a year. I have counted because I have been videotaping with my cell phone the different times. What do you want to take someone to jail for fundraising? I don't care if you consider it this way or that way. The fact that I'm not hurting anyone and they have free will to do or give to my organization or my cause is up to them. I am in that situation due to the fact you hack into my computer and erase all of my emails for work. You erase my accounts for my jobs. You have sent phony websites to me so that you do not have to pay me, to frame me as a psychotic, unstable, mentally ill individual, which I'm not. It's sad that the only way to get a hold of an intelligent woman is to trash her and frame her, beat her, incarcerate her, and torture her. This is not my practice, nor my belief in practice for life. I no longer can be hunted and chased down. Stealing the last of my items is stealing my life altogether. I can no longer serve a people that will not stand up to something that is open and obvious in corruption and destruction. So, as a cyber sabotage victim, I am signing off to you guys, and you continue the fight against men like this, because they're not alone. Our world is changing. Respect should be the new religion. I had enough hard time just being who I was. I didn't need 50,000 dads as a grown woman for you to tell me where I go, what I think, how much I can make, where I can live, who I can be friends with, or anything. I am now wanting out in any circumstances. This is 100% a coherent, intelligent woman making a choice to exit due to the fact that you cannot get away from a man that is obsessed with you. And women do it too. So I have to leave, unfortunately, and leave the fight of freedom with you, because Albert Torres will want to continue to watch me. Barry Gates with his hackers will want to continue to satellite me and hack me. My government, due to sick programs such as the NSA and the CIA, will continue to think I'm property when I'm not. I cannot do anything for you if I cannot save myself. If you feel before Thursday, because that is my deadline, but actually Monday is, I'm choosing to set myself free on the Martin Luther King holiday, birthday, because unfortunately, unlike yesterday's time where we had affirmative action to secure at least employment security, that no longer is available. But even if you're not a minority, these things are happening to those that are not minorities. We as American citizens and we as global citizens online should come together, but I cannot continue helping you under these attacks by these men. But nonetheless, the deadline for me is Monday, 2 days away, because I no longer want to continue to wake up in a world in every move I make, I'm tortured through a satellite, through a cell phone, or a stranger that is a part of a group by force to attack me. The amount of attacks has to range in the hundreds of thousands after 10 years, because in one day I could receive up to 7 to 13 attacks from individuals. So if you multiply that by 365 days of the year and multiply that by 10 years, it starts to become something that you just can't endure, no matter how beautiful and how together you are. I hope that this here kind of stuff will maybe not continue to grow, or at least find a way that people will come together and fight against this, because it's not something anyone can live under forever. I know I can't. So, as a cyber sabotage victim, completely framed, completely manipulated, everything you've seen on those websites, all the video is out of someone walking up and attacking and torturing. The rants and the raves have been out of, God forbid I haven't tore up or blew up anything yet, right? So it's time to go. is men are so obsessed with a woman, and you can't sit across a table and respect someone, and if they choose to not interact with you. I have chosen to have no activity with Albert Torres, Barry Gates, Life Alert, salsa dancing, or the Los Angeles gangs, the CIA, or any of those corrupt cults over there, or any of those men over there, friends of theirs, Jimmy, whoever. I do not want them in my life. I've done everything I can to run away from them. They've stolen everything from me. They beat up my mother and put her in a wheelchair. They threatened to throw me in a wheelchair every single day. I cannot endure this kind of activity as an artist, as a human being, and more than anything as a woman. It is derogatory. The humiliation and embarrassment they have caused, not only myself, as well as the communities that I have had to reside in, is unacceptable. I hate you, Albert. I hate you, Larry. I am sorry that there is not a system to legally drag you off from behind that computer and phone and reprimand you for stalking me out of my life. I am sorry that the CIA has tons and hundreds of thousands of people they are terrorizing, and our government is letting it go unaddressed. I will use my own body as a sacrifice to send a message to this country that what you're doing is unacceptable. Goodbye.